We're Kim and Al. Last year, we made some pretty big changes. We retired, sold our house in the city, and moved north to an old farm homestead at the end of its life. Our plan is to build an off-grid home ourselves. This year, with our solar and septic systems completed, as well as basic four-season shelter, we're ready to take on the challenge of building our forever home. We're excited to share our experience as we continue to create this new life on the North River.
Said you would help the ones that you could. No glimpse of doubt. But where are you now? Years have passed and restless legs have settled. We're finally home. Down is up. We've been at the top.
Oh, hello folks, just in the middle of some mad science, not really though. So what I'm doing right now, I just finished attaching a DC converter, that's what this little device is, to the back of this. This is going to be our little switch panel. What I'm going to add to it over yonder, I've got a dimmer switch that I've temporarily added to the line that's hooked up to the trailer. So when we turn on the switch in the trailer, that used to be our awning lights, it now powers the 4 lights above the windows, and the dimmer switch allows us to, surprise, surprise, dim the lights. But what I want to do is take that dimmer, I'm going to mount it here on the front of this, and wire it into this rocker panel, this set of switches. And then we're going to have this kind of comprehensive light system. So the idea is I'm going to pick one of these to be the dedicated on-off switch to cut the battery power. Then these will be light switches for whatever we want to, like we're planning on having some kind of ambient lighting that will be mounted, light strips behind kind of almost like a wooden chair rail that will stick out from the wall. So the light will come from behind it and we can dim it if we just want a little bit of light when we have the fire at night or whatever. Or just have those options. And so at the back of this, and I just got this off Amazon, you'll see you got 2 wires that bring power. These little red boxes are fuse boxes. They come with some fuses built in. And if you look at the front of this, it's got a 12 volt accessory outlet that is for your, just about anything that plugs into a cigarette lighter, including a little portable cooler that we got from Terry and Marg. This is it's got 2 USB charger ports. I don't know how often we'll use these, to be honest, but what I wanted was in between this, you can't see it, but when it's lit up and powered, it has a voltmeter to tell you how much voltage remains in the batteries. The other thing, on advice from my brother Sean, is we ordered just a little voltage cutoff switch. So it's just another little device that I'll mount probably to the side on the inside here, and you hook the battery up to that, and then you set a low voltage cutoff so that if for whatever reason, if we have a short or we're away and we forgot to turn off the light, it won't let the batteries deplete to a fatal discharge, right? Once it gets to that cutoff voltage where it's no longer healthy for the battery, it'll automatically cut off the power to the whole unit. So that's it in a nutshell. The only other piece that I have, I'll show you, wander over here real quick, is the back. So when this is all wired up and I don't need to get my hands in here anymore, then I'll bring this together and clamp it and glue it, and then just tow in some screws here and underneath here from behind, and that is how this will mount to the wall. I'm just going to temporarily screw it into one of the studs because of course we still have to drywall and finish, and ultimately when I do the bathroom here I want to put a false wall to cover up the vent. So we'll probably put up a 2x4 wall over top of it, so anything we mount to that wall over there has to be removed at some point so that we can finish drywalling and finishing and then reattach all this stuff. So trying to keep it modular or screw based. So that's what we're working on right now today. Yesterday, and Kim will show you some shots, but what we did was kind of finalize the whole venting system. So you'll see I've got 2 switches that are mounted in boxes on the support post at the far end. One is just a dedicated on-off, so if I flick that on, it turns on the fans, which will exhaust the propane furnace, the hot water heater, and the bathroom vent. So that's one switch that's dedicated on-off. Beside that is a timer switch, so if we're taking a shower, rather than just turning it on perpetually, you can just hit half an hour or 15 minutes on the timer, and that will also turn on the exhaust system, but obviously based on what selection from the timer that you've chosen. Then the third method that we just got working yesterday, and that was a B hatch, to be honest, was that sail switch that I had spoke about a number of videos before. So the sail switch is also wired into the ventilation system, and if that sail switch is blown by the furnace, it will engage, like close the circuit and fire up the fan as well. And that will be our solution for for when we go away. So the idea is if we go away for a weekend, obviously we can't light fires. We don't want the house to freeze. So we put the furnace on at the lowest setting, which is 10 degrees. And then now, and we tested it yesterday and we'll test it a few more times, when the furnace kicks in, the blower engages the sail switch, which turns on the fan. Then the furnace kicks in, and by that time the fan is already running up there, so it pulls the exhaust up and through and out. And so even though we're not here, we don't want to come home to a bunch of propane exhaust and carbon monoxide built up in the house. Obviously, a super bad call. So that's what we've been doing for the last couple of days. It's been a slow week. Both of us have had our own bouts of plague and illness. So we had a couple of slow days. One day where I was kind of down and out, which is pretty unusual for me. I just kind of laid out like a weak squash, as my mom would say, and did a bunch of nothing. But despite that, we still managed to get some of these little puttery projects, just some wiring and stuff. And I brought in some of my musical equipment. I'll take you on a tour of that too when I get that all set up. I'm pretty excited. And yeah, that's it. Fun times.
Middle of the road, there's just a feeling of a distant melody unknown. I was doing fine, I minded my own business till the day you took me home. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life, I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same again.
Hi guys, Happy New Year. So Al and I have been reflecting on last year over the holidays as we rest and relax and let our bodies heal and visit with those that we love as much as is reasonable and responsible. And we're feeling really good and really grateful because both of us have a calm and clarity that neither one of us has ever experienced before, and we think we must be doing something right. Some of the goals that we had for ourselves when we first came out here were to live outside of our comfort zone, to continue to challenge ourselves, to be lifelong learners, and to focus on what's most important to us. And already we're finding that we are more flexible people because as much as we plan everything and try to think of every detail, oftentimes we have to pivot and change and find a different solution based on the circumstances. So that's pretty great. And not only that, we're finding that we have a new level of confidence in ourselves and what we're capable of. As long as we're putting our best foot forward, we're finding that everything works out, even if it's not what we expected or what we thought we wanted. So we're really looking forward to the new year. We're really looking forward to 2022. And we just want to thank you for coming along on this journey with us and giving us your insight and cheering in our stands and being in our corner, because, you know, through some of the most stressful times where we're just worried and anxious about how something's going to turn out, your kind comments really do make such a big difference and help us to regroup and rally and find a new perspective and just try it again. So we both hope that, you know, in 2022, all of your dreams come true, that you're all happy and healthy, and that you get everything that you want. And remember, clear eyes, full hearts can't lose.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side, lay your head on my chest.